Yo, 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 yo. What's good, everybody? I am back. I know you probably saw me on the Drake review, so yeah, so for those that saw me there, like yeah, man, I'm finally back, man. Happy to be back. I hate being away um from these, man, like especially around the Drake time. The timing was just so bad. Like just had some issues going on in my family, so I had to make a trip down to Florida. But nonetheless, man, that's done for now, and I am back. Like I said, I was able to get some thoughts on the Drake release, and then some thoughts about some of the other things that he did too. So if you have not watched that yet, make sure you definitely go back and watch. You may not realize that I'm actually on that last one. I heard in the streets that y'all were kind of exhausted from from Spark a little bit, so so I did come back and get my thoughts on that, man. So hopefully you guys go check that out. Definitely appreciate it. Trying to keep this channel going, and hope you guys still appreciate our opinions out there on this hip hop culture. Um, but yeah, man, tonight, man, I know it's just you just see Ken and I, but FIFO should be coming a little later. He had another obligation that he had to attend to before coming on, but he said he should be around like 9:30 or something. So he may come in on the conversation itself, or he just might be here for the super chat. So either way, you should get him and his opinions on some hip hop stuff tonight. If not, yeah, me and Ken, man, we here to
hmm
to to cover that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, again, happy to be back. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tonight we are talking about does hip hop feel dead, man? And I know we've kind of had this conversation before. If you listen to the podcast, we've kind of covered something like this, when it comes to the charts and things like that. And obviously, with Drake just dropping, may not feel as dead right now because of the talk around him. But just I guess in general, like we're just gonna discuss whether it feels dead. And this is something that came from our Reddit 12 days ago. It was titled "Hip Hop Feels Dead and the Reasons Are," and he gave it was the guy is Dunbar underscore Santiago 930, and he gave 7 reasons why, and we're gonna go through those 7 reasons tonight, and just kind of address and give our thoughts on the reasons that as to why he feels like it's dead right now. And we just want to kind of get from you guys, does it feel dead to you? I know, like I said, again, I know the Drake stuff is going on right now, but before that, and then after this kind of boils over a little bit, has it felt a little dry? Has it felt dead? So start leaving those comments there. And if you want to leave those super chats, please leave those super chats. Speaking of super chats, you have until 9:25 to get your super chats in. So that gives you a solid 20 minutes to get those in. As I say always, man, it just helps out this channel. It helps us keep going. So thank you, thank you, thank you for always sending those. And then, like I said, at the middle of the show, uh, after we finish the topic, that's when we'll go through those said super chats and address some of your hip hop statements and questions.
Yeah, man.
Um,
So we can gain momentum again. Apparently, if you guys didn't know about the Dead End Hip Hop Reddit subreddit, there is
yeah,
one.
yeah,
They keep trying to bury us alive, Rod.
man, I'm
I be
telling
on
you,
there. I be
man.
reading it. I appreciate all the feedback though. But yeah, we
Nah, for
appreciate
sure.
you guys for real,
For
for
sure,
real.
man. And at the end of the day, man, like if y'all follow this channel, man, y'all see what's going on, bro. Like we trying to keep our head above water with changes and things like that, and just trying to, just reestablish, who we are and what we're doing, man. Like, because at the end of the day, we still love hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We still hip hop fans, and that's not going to change. And we still want to talk about the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just not going to go anywhere. We came up in the era of hip hop. We are pioneers of this. Like, and and like I said, man, it may take some time to get back to a place where, where it feels like it once did. And I'm determined to get back there, and I think Ken is determined as well. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we got some stuff up our sleeve that we're gonna do, and just just appreciate the ones that are sticking in there with us and can actually see what we're trying to do and just kind of like I said, just kind of stay afloat.
Hey, right. I know we got to get
Yeah,
into it, but
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
reason why because I look, I know everybody. I saw the comments before we went live, and I
Mm-hmm,
understand it. Like we've had this conversation ad nauseum. But what I
mm-hmm,
really liked about what I saw in the Dead End Hip Hop subreddit was
yeah.
his reasons
Mm-hmm,
why he laid it out, his thesis. And I just think it would be cool for us to kind of respond and react to
right.
like the community, and
Yeah.
see what other people are saying. So it's just not always us. People get tired of like y'all saying this shit over, and I'm having
Mm-hmm,
this conversation over and over with the guys and stuff like that. But
yeah.
so yeah, so I'm looking forward to kind of doing this. I think it's dope. And when I read through it, I thought it was interesting. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man, y'all stay with us, man, because I don't want some of y'all trying to come back when we get hot again, like some of
Man.
y'all flip flopping on Drake, bro. now they all like Drake again. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Nah, I feel you, man. I feel you, man. But nah, man, we still here, bro. We still here, man. We gonna always be rap fans, bro. That just it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But yeah, man, I want to get into this, bro. Anything else you wanted to address before we start getting into it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, man, like I said, just keep sending those super chats. Like I said, we'll address those later and then go from there. But yeah, man, so he says hip hop feels dead and the reasons are so number one, Ken, he says nobody talks about music anymore. It's all reading lyrics for disses instead of slick rhymes of substance, stand wars, gossip, and arguing. Actual songs, production barely get discussed. What's your thoughts
Mm.
on that, Ken?
I thought that may be the most important point he has, because I
Mm-hmm.
feel him on that. And
Mm-hmm.
this is a byproduct of the beef.
Mm.
And we've had discussion as well. I've started to kind of mention it before, in that what started happening is that everybody came up and got popular off the beef, because
Mm-hmm.
you could put up a post about Drake and it's going to do numbers, and Kendrick is going
Yeah,
to
yeah, for
do
sure.
numbers.
Yeah.
So everybody had this sort of false sense of popularity and security, and they were thinking shit was sweet and that it was
Mm-hmm.
easy to do. And in this space, it isn't. People's habits change,
Mm-hmm.
people's interests change, and the business change. And people were chasing the algorithm. They were chasing that high. And I understand that, but they definitely got away from the music and talking about
Mm-hmm.
the music. And because of that sort of thing, the algorithm got reprogrammed as well, and it put less attention on the music.
Mm-hmm.
And we went away from that. And that's one of the things that, when we talk about like moving forward, and what we want to continue to do
Mm-hmm.
is just continue to focus on the music and get back to that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody wanted to feel like they were part of the discussion. That whole beef thing was a monocultural sort of event,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was in lockstep. And now that it's over,
Mm-hmm.
it's like people are running around not knowing what to do. People's podcasts are ending and not doing that
Mm-hmm.
shit anymore, because the views aren't running up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of the channels were doing that. Like I'm name names. What's the Dirt got really, really popular doing that shit,
Mm-hmm.
breaking down doing these deep dives and stuff like that. So I agree. And I think, just to be completely honest, we as well have
Mm-hmm.
created content along those lines. So we have been part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, I think we've always sort of covered the culture,
Mm-hmm.
as a whole, just in general.
Yeah,
But
for
we
sure.
did feed into it as well. But I want to call us out, to a certain degree as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, we got to get back to the music, man. I think that's what people are here for. And I think that that's what it was missing. So that's why people don't feel as connected to it as much as they used to.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, like for sure. But I do agree that like we did try to still, especially when Mike and B was here specifically, right? Because Mike would address lyrics and B would specifically address production. So yeah, so we did have that representation once upon a time or whatever. And we still kind of do, but just not as much as it was with them because they definitely talked about lyrics and production. So yeah, I could definitely see that. And like outside of us, yeah, I don't know many people that are touching on those type of things, especially not in like popular, right? Because I don't think Joe Budden and them are doing that. Breakfast Club, like some of those more popular brands, they're not diving deep into that. It is more about the gossip and like you said, just beef and things like that. What he's dressed in number one. So yeah, that is a reason why. Yeah, I guess it does feel dead. Number two, he said people pretend the culture isn't toxic, but online is 90% drama and 10% enjoyment. Folks dismiss it because they aren't affected, are willingly ignorant. What you feel about that one? Willfully
This,
ignorant. Hmm.
yeah, I don't know if it's the willfully, if I
Hmm.
agree with the willfully part, but I think this also is sort of attached to the first one, but
Hmm.
also historically to hip hop
Hmm.
because of all the violent aspects of hip hop that we grew up,
Hmm.
participating in just by being listeners and the consumption, with Biggie, Pac,
Hmm.
Jay Z, Nas, that sort of stuff, and so it's always been part of like hip hop culture because of the socio-economic aspects of where rappers are coming from.
Hmm.
And when you had a return to form with that, with the Drake Kendrick beef,
Hmm.
and where shit was real, you
Hmm.
had people trying to replicate that last year with Joey
Hmm.
Badass and Ray Vaughn and
Hmm.
all these sort of fake beef, these 90% drama part,
Hmm.
which I was calling out as fake, and then it was verified as fake,
Hmm.
at the time, which I understand it's a marketing business tactic. That isn't
Hmm.
anything new as well, Rod. You remember when we were growing up, 50 was a master at starting fake beefs or
Yep.
doing this stuff just to drive up attention to the whatever new album they were coming out. So
Hmm.
at one point we kind of was like, you know what, it's a fake retirement, it's a fake
Hmm.
beef. We didn't fall for it, and then that
Right.
happened, and we all got caught up in it, and then they tried to remanufacture it again. I
Hmm.
think so yeah, and I think the other aspect, because it worked so well, is that over the last couple of months, we've seen Twitter accounts being called
Mm.
out for manufacturing beef as well. Like,
Hmm.
I forgot the name of the account, but I think Sonny shared it with us,
Hmm.
where somebody's basically outed some sites as being paid to create negative
Hmm.
press just to get
Yeah.
attention. So
Yeah.
as long as it's that sort of thing that's happening and the culture is toxic in that way, then you won't have a chance to really talk about and enjoy the music in the way
Hmm.
that we did when All Eyes on Me dropped and we were all like talking about it in the same way. The way shit used to happen is when Good Kid, Mad City dropped and we were all talking about it as
The
one.
dissertations and stuff. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like the enjoyment part of it. We have to
Yeah.
change that and find a way to get back to the music itself.
Yeah. And I think like when he says people pretend the culture isn't toxic, 90% drama and 10% enjoyment. I do think we still have artists like the Glorillaz and the Boss Man D-Los. I think they make like party music. So I think it's just whatever you're paying attention to as well. Because there still is like party dance music out there that is for pure enjoyment. I think it definitely is like whatever you're paying attention to. So, because if you're paying attention to the beef and the gossip and stuff, because that's what you're gonna feel. So, I think you gotta. Sometimes I think, man, you really gotta kind of come offline, man. Sometime and just listen to the music and not pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to the drama that's happening out there. Because if you do, it will overtake and kind of destroy your listening experience when it comes to music. Because honestly, man, sometimes I just vibe out to music. I don't pay attention to what's going on online. Y'all already know I don't be online like that. So a lot of times I kind of miss some of the drama that be happening, man. I just be vibing out to the music I like. You know what I mean? And just kind of study it the way I want to study it. You know what I'm saying? And talk about it with people that are like minded, right? So I think you also have to create your own spaces and your circles, and like I said, just kind of pay attention to the things that are just about the enjoyment part. So I think it can be also a youth problem and not just the
Mm-hmm.
public, because like what I'm saying, if you just keep paying attention to that stuff, you're gonna always see it, and then it's just gonna kind of just taint your experience when it comes to hip hop or whatever, man. Because I mean, it is plenty artists out there. Like we just got finished reviewing 3 projects on the podcast that people are not talking about right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're paying attention to everything, all the stuff that's going on with Drake and all this other stuff. But it's been some solid projects that dropped. You know what I'm saying, under the radar. You know what I mean? So it's just just kind of come offline a little bit with the gossip stuff, and just kind of pay attention to the music and the artists that you like, and you'll get some enjoyment out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, unfortunately, a lot of outlets are not going to focus on that part. They're going to focus on the drama. Like you said, we're guilty of it ourselves for focusing on some of the things that are happening in the culture, right? You know what I'm saying? Some of the drama, some of the gossip. But that's the things that people click on. That's the things that people like to hear people talking about. So, yeah, man, we absolutely have to get back to the music and just kind of focus on just enjoying it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get any further, I just want to let y'all know y'all got like 5 more minutes to get your super chats in. I see them rolling in, and we appreciate that a lot, man. So yeah, keep those rolling in. And if you're just now tuning in, I said at the top of the show that FIFO should be coming on, man. He said he has some a prior obligation, but he said he's going to try his best to make it on. So he may be here towards probably the end of this or around the super chat time. So if you got some questions for him for super chat, so wanted to say something towards him, definitely send that in by 9:25 Eastern Standard Time. Next, number 3. Labels do not develop and push talent and stars because there is no money in doing so. That's interesting. What's your take on that, Ken?
No, yeah, this
Yeah.
is right, and this doesn't just apply to hip hop. This is across all genres.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I listened to some music podcasts, and they were talking about how labels just they don't want to get into the business because the development of artists have changed so much, and they don't
Uh-huh.
want to lose money, so they just go
Yeah.
find somebody that's already developed.
Yeah.
This isn't anything that's new. A lot of people that's listening already know this, but because of that,
Uh-huh.
they don't get behind artists and develop somebody and
Uh-huh.
create somebody that's dope that people will be interested in. If you think
Yeah.
about like how we got, well, I think this is related. Well, I'll say that for number 6. But so
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think that there's a truth to it. So what happens is when some of the podcasts I listen to is that I think it was Music Biz podcast, something like that. Is that
Uh-huh.
they'll go find these artists that are popular on TikTok that's trending. They'll
Uh-huh.
sign them. They'll put the stuff out, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't go anywhere because the audience is built for a certain demographic, and that's
Uh-huh.
the swipe culture, the thumbs, culture or
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
And they don't have a real true fan base.
Uh-huh.
And because of that, they just move on to the next thing, or they just try
Uh-huh.
to find and hope they stumble onto somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that is an issue that I do see happening, but it's across all genres though.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. I saw somebody, I think Rob said that early on. Like a lot of this stuff applies across all genres. But yeah, I mean, labels don't push talent and stars, like I said, no money in doing so. Yeah. I mean, we're in that era, right? Of just being able to find artists on TikTok or Instagram or just online. So yeah. I don't know if that attributes to the culture feeling dead per se. I don't know if this one's
Mhm.
valid as far as it feeling dead. I think it's just the evolution of technology, right? Like it's just one of those things. And like you said, it's
Yep.
not just affecting hip hop, it's affecting all genres. So yeah, I don't know how valid this one is. Like it's just time. Like things change. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I forgot who was talking about it, but artist discovery. Who were we just talking about? Or somebody was talking about how um, that used to be a thing back in the day. Who said that? I feel like we just got finished talking about that with somebody. I can't remember who it was. Um, but anyway, moving on to number four. Like I said, it's seven, so three more after that. Streaming, which I guess fans don't understand how the industry work. They downplay radio, clubs, and real world spaces that used to break records. What's your
Hmm.
thoughts on that one, Ken?
Well, the one thing I keep hearing over and over again about this Drake thing is that I'm not outside and that I won't
Mm,
hear it. And I spent some time
mm.
outside, Rod. I spent some time listening to the radio, and I still don't hear it. I heard a lot of Ti. Let them
Right,
know, but
right,
I'm in Atlanta,
right,
But I didn't hear
right.
ran to Atlanta, but maybe it was just bad timing on my end. So
Yeah.
but it is what it is. I do agree with this though.
Hmm.
I don't know if this is why it feels dead because I think that, well, he's saying feeling dead, not necessarily dead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if you're just online, you're going to be a victim of your algorithm and not see certain things. So what my response to this is about the
Hmm.
song I've been talking about for a couple of months now.
Hmm.
And it is The Baby. you know, and if you're online, you don't really see or feel how that song is moving offline. But when
Yeah,
we went
yeah.
to the thing
The cookout. It
with
was like a
B,
cookout or something. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
you hear it and you see it like, oh
Hmm.
shit, this is a real thing. So I
Yeah.
always try to talk to people that don't live online just to kind of get a feel for what's happening outside of that, because I think
Yeah.
that that's really really important to figure out and kind of get a feel for what people are listening to. Now, do I
Hmm.
go to clubs and shit like that and real world space? No, I don't.
Hmm.
But are the radio and the clubs breaking records in the way that they used to? That I don't
Mm.
know as much either. And I think that's a conversation
Hmm.
we could probably have with Jalen Sunday on Is the Mic Still On? But even he's saying he's not going out as much, if I recall
Hmm.
from a conversation that we had. But yeah, I don't know if this is really impact. It may impact how people feel. It may not impact,
Hmm.
the decline or death of hip hop.
Hmm. Fans don't understand how the industry work. They downplay radio clubs and real world spaces they use to break records. I don't know if they're downplaying it. I know we just had a conversation with oh man, Dante Hitchcock. And you remember he was saying about the record he was trying to get played at the strip club. You know what he
Mhm.
said that? So yeah, I think artists are still trying to do the traditional things of trying to get their records heard. And it might just be an outside thing, right? Because I do think that stuff is probably still happening. You remember that time we went to Florida State and we went to that club and we was just like, man, this feels great because it was artists that we hadn't even heard, but then the crowd knew them. I think that stuff still is happening. You know what I'm saying? It's just that, like I said, I think it's again, man. I think this guy is just really paying attention to like what's happening just online and not. And he may not be outside. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
may not be
yeah.
outside. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of the problem with most people. Maybe they're just not outside and they're paying attention to a lot of stuff online and not going to like gay parties or strip clubs or whatever. Like I said, maybe it wouldn't feel as dead if you were outside. Maybe that is part of the problem. I think that might be a part of the problem, just not being outside and just paying attention to the stuff online. Which brings me to the next one, number 5. He says club scene is dead. Nobody goes out and dances, so songs have nowhere to grow or get discovered.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know that the club scene. I didn't know the club scene was dead. The club scene dead. I didn't think it was.
I Now I don't go out that outside. I don't do.
Right,
I
right,
have
right.
no idea, bro, if it's dead in that way. I think this is definitely. I have to
Mhm.
talk to like the young guys, the Knicks of the world that we got around to really
Yeah.
respond to this one. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not.
Mm.
Look, I'm not. I ain't. Yeah, I can't be going out there like that.
I feel you, kid. RKF Master real quick says club scene is dying for sure. It's a bottle bullshit now. It's all
Oh,
bottle
okay.
bullshit now.
So kind of like
Um,
the hookah joints and stuff like that. Is that what they're talking about?
yeah, I guess so, man. He
Or it's
said
more
somebody else said,
loungy?
yeah, more loungy, I guess. And then somebody said clubs are shutting down. Gen Z don't go out much or drink. Club culture is dead. Somebody said it's up over by me in Brooklyn. So I think it's a regional thing. Maybe it's just like in certain places or whatever. But again, I don't know. I can't speak to this because I don't club either, Ken. Like, um, I'm trying to think the last place I've been that was kind of clubbish.
Hmm.
Somebody said I went to a club for my nephew's bachelor party. I swear every played song was from 2012 or older. Gen Z never made club bangers. Interesting. Interesting. Marty McFly says clubs are dead and nobody owns houses parties. No, nobody owns a house for house parties. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I can speak on this one. To be quite honest, I don't know
Hmm.
if I can speak.
Yeah,
We
me either.
grown with kids and wives, and we don't be outside like that. So I'm trying to. I would have to ask like my daughter who's in college or whatever. You know what I mean? To see what she would say. Um. So yeah. That's interesting though. That's really interesting. So, yeah, we can't really speak on this one. So, but like the comments seem to have a lot to say about it. Lisa Gurley 95 said this is not true from my experience. So yeah, man, people. I think the room is kind of leaning leaning towards that there still is a scene out there. I guess.
Okay.
All right, all right, cool. All right, man. So we're gonna move on to 6. So we one more away after 6, man. No, and you said this is the one that you wanted to kind of talk about, Ken. No new young breakout stars, pop, country, and Latin have new talent rising. Majority of young people now want to be streamers.
Hmm.
How you feeling about that one?
So I was thinking about this, and I know a conversation we've been having is about who are the, once the big three got announced, it was like who's going to be the next big three, right? And
Mm-hmm.
who's up next. And one of the videos we did way, way, way back in the day was uh who got next or something like that. It was one of our early videos.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Cole and was it Wiz Khalifa
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, I think, in
Mm-hmm.
that video. It was me, B, and
Mm-hmm.
FIFO.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking about like how we got Drake,
Mm-hmm.
how we got Kendrick, and how we got Cole. And because they were the big three. And then we can
Mm-hmm.
also talk about a couple of other artists. I'm sure other people can mention some other artists. There was a
Mm-hmm.
handoff period or some sort of endorsement that
Mm-hmm.
happened with them. So when we were growing up, a lot of other artists will put on artists. Either there'll be a feature on their album or they'll talk about them or something like that. Drake was co-signed by Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Kendrick was co-signed by Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole was co-signed by Jay-Z. There was the bigger act that had a hand that brought attention to the young guys that were up and bubbling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that used to be a thing.
A more established artist.
The cosign. The cosign was
Yep.
absolutely a thing back in the day.
There's a lack of, if we really kind of sit back and look, there's been a lack of cosigns, handoffs for cosigns for most of the ones that's coming. Like, we know J. Cole had Dreamville, but he's mostly failed at that. Like, there wasn't a real, like, Jid was supposed to be the guy. He didn't break up. We know Kendrick has Baby King, but he just put out something, so that's kind of been sitting there. Drake, still from everybody, he signed his label, but Party Next Door never popped off. He got Naomi Sharon, which is good, but she can't break through, which is on the OVO label. So there's the cosign and the sustainability of the cosign hasn't really been there. Like, I know Drake jumped on the Migos joint. I don't know if we can look at that, and they kind of popped off, you know, if people want to make and point to them. But yeah, man, I think this is true. Like, where are the cosigns for a lot of the younger acts? And so yeah, the breakout stars is really lacking, and that's why people are looking at that. And I think there is some point the validity to people saying, I want to just be a streamer because it's easier than being a rapper.
Yeah, that's interesting. No new young. Did you mention Baby King?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think Baby King was a good one. Then he, like I said, he went silent for too long. I think he definitely should have just rolled that momentum. Damn, I'm trying to. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess like there aren't like I said, the cosign is kind of like that. Like there's a cosign, but it doesn't seem to really break the artist like you were saying. Like even with Jid, now Jid has did get an opportunity this year, at a Grammy or whatever, but he wasn't not, but he didn't win nothing or whatever. And then he wasn't nominated for the BET Awards. I think he was complaining about that, about how he got nominated for Grammys but didn't even get nominated for any BET Awards. So that was crazy. So
yeah, like Cole, Kanye had Big Sean. Big Sean was bubbling up, and
which
then
I
he got
forget.
with the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and when I'm talking about, like, for people listening, like in the last couple of years that we've had, look, Drake just been trying to survive and save his own fucking career. He ain't co-signing shit. he trying to co-sign himself. And Kendrick finally did something with King. Jid had that album that mostly worked, but Jid had been around for a minute, and people have been waiting for Jid. But now that it's like, maybe people listening can't relate to this, but I know you can get it. It's like when basketball, we went from when Magic and Bird popped off, and then we had MJ. And then we're like, shit, what happens when MJ retire? And then we got Kobe. And then we had LeBron. And then we had KD and Curry and Westbrook. All of these guys started popping up. And then it's like, now we're at this next phase where they're phasing out. And we're like, okay, well, shit, who's next in the NBA? So now we got Ant, and now we got Wemby. And there are other guys that have names, but they didn't take off. Giannis, Joker, Jason Tatum. All these guys didn't really pop off in the way that, and become super mega stars in the way that, household names in the way that Curry, LeBron, KD, and Westbrook and Harden did, to where you can go to, your spouse or your wife or your significant other and be like, yo, have y'all heard of, and they'll know who they are.
Right.
Yeah, I think that. So yeah, it's like, so, I think we're just in a transition phase, but yeah, the cosign is lacking. So I do agree with this point. And we'll see what happens. But if the young kids that are in high school now want to be streamers and not rappers,
Mm-hmm.
That could be an issue.
Yeah, I did like what somebody just put in here. I didn't see that it went away, but Doechii. I thought Doechii was a good one. She was a breakout artist,
Mm-hmm.
but then she got wrapped up in some of the online drama and all of that, and so that kind of faded away. So we'll see what she's able to do. If she's able to still just kind of come through. I feel like Glorilla was also a breakout artist at one point, and then she gained some momentum. Um, so I do feel like we've had some breakout artists, but I think it's kind of far few in between is why we're feeling like it's kind of dead. Um, what you gonna say?
And a lot of it now is very is niche based. It's like these
Mm-hmm.
subcultures. So when we
Yeah.
have these discussions brought up, they get kind of separated into mainstream versus underground. And the
Mm-hmm.
underground hip hop head will say hip hop is fine because we got all these rappers in the underground and blah 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 blah.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
so but you know, we just don't have that sort of, again, that monocultural thing that's happening where
Mm-hmm.
everybody can experience and enjoy somebody collectively, or an underground person would know who they are.
Right,
So
right.
yeah.
Nah, I get you. Okay. All right, man. So moving on to
Shout
the
out to 12
last.
Kyle. He's in the chat, the OG.
Oh,
What up,
okay. What do you
Kyle?
say? Oh, I didn't even see what his comment
I have to go
was.
back.
Um,
He just said, when is
let's see.
people ever on time? But that's funny.
All right, man. Last thing is number 7. Speaking of Kyle, old heads. It said old heads trash the few new artists while acting like the Dodds Effect and Big Timers were deep philosophical. What's your thoughts on that, kid? As a fellow old head.
Well, I agree with this is interesting because that's definitely me. That definitely has been
Mm-hmm.
me. That could be me on any day. That could be me on any video, on any live at any given moment.
Mm-hmm.
That was me a couple of years ago when we were outside of Artist Factory, and I was
Mm-hmm.
in a heated debate with Jay Burritos and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, about rappers that I eventually started to like. 21 Savage
Mm-hmm.
is one that come to mind.
Yeah.
Um, so I do agree with that statement. What has happened though is that a lot of people that disagree with me are now old heads too. And now they're
Mm-hmm.
having the same thoughts that I
Right.
had. You know, 10 years ago, you know,
Yep.
I think Jalen's has admitted that he started to get a
Yeah,
little bit
man.
more
Critical.
cynical. You know, maybe that's not the
Mm-hmm.
right word for him, but it
Just
happens.
critical. Yeah, it
Yeah,
happens.
it happens because the thing that you love, you want to see it
Mm-hmm.
kind of grow and evolve and
Mm-hmm.
maintain what it was. And you want it to be better, and then you don't see it getting better, or you see that if this thing continue along this way, we're in freaking trouble. So what happens
Mm-hmm.
is people start, like Spike, just listen to
Mm-hmm.
this, or like 12 Cal just said, I'm just gonna listen to the shit that I know I like, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
this goes back to a conversation I brought up on Is the Mic Still On? Is when we get to a certain age, when do we turn into our parents, where we
Mm-hmm.
just be stuck or stay stuck in nostalgia because that's
Yeah.
our comfort zone, and I think it's a natural part of growing up, and
Yeah.
especially when you don't have newer artists making music that you typically like. So another part of this, though, kind of goes back to what I was saying a few minutes ago, is that when you get to this point, or when you have certain stuff you like, you can go find stuff that you like and just stay in that comfort zone and be completely fine. You know, and I think that that's fine. So that's when you have those underground people saying hip hop is fine because they
Mm-hmm.
have rappers making the music that they like. You know, but if what happens when and hip hop is following along the path of rock, or I say rap music as a genre is following along the path of rock in the sense that it'll still exist and people will still find stuff and listen to stuff. It just won't be part of the mainstream pop culture. I don't know what will be part of that. But it's up to the younger artists and younger acts to create something that's for them. And then they'll get old and then they'll start waving their finger at the generation behind them. The difference now that we have, Rod, that to a certain degree our parents didn't have, is that when we were growing up, when you got old, you were done. It happened with Ice Cube, it happened with a lot of artists. Now the OGs are making music that's still good that we can listen to.
Yeah.
And so there's a sustainability factor for us in that regard. But at some point, they'll be 60 and 65 and 70. And then it's like, bro, like, what is that? So,
right.
So I agree with aspects of what he said. I don't know if like I try to, even though I trash and shit on younger artists, there are still artists that I like that don't rap well because I compartmentalize them and put them in the pocket. Daz Effects and the other people we were talking about, yeah, they were put in pockets. Biz Markie were put in pockets, that we enjoy. What's the guy that I wish I was a little bit taller? So
I forgot his name.
Yeah. So we do have that sort of stuff, and I think there is room for that, kind of like what you were talking about earlier. There's room for that sort of stuff. Look, I talk about Sexy Red all the time, and Sexy Red is not a good rapper.
Right.
But I find enjoyment in her music. Skilo, whatever.
That's what
Yeah, so So I agree with what he's saying. I agree with what he's saying. But yeah, they're becoming old heads too, Rod. Shit.
No, I know they are. They're growing up with us, man. I've seen that comment too, or whatever. So yeah. But all right, man. So yeah, he closes by saying rap is becoming like rock. People still make it. People still listen to what they grew up with, but nobody would say rock is thriving. Hip hop is heading down the same path. Crazy.
Yeah, which my thoughts on that closing statement is that we'll always still be able to enjoy it. Because we'll always have something to listen to. So for people, they don't think that won't look at it and think that is necessarily dying. So but I think because hip hop as a culture, and not the rap genre, I think that those are sort of two different things. Whereas I think hip hop as a culture will still probably be able to drive fashion style, like et cetera, whereas rap as a genre will just make music. We'll probably be in these pockets, these niche pockets, and it'll be fine, So we'll see.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, man, that's how he closed it, man. I thought it was I'm glad you found that, because I did think it was a good, good old hip hop conversation, right? You know what I'm saying? Staying away from all the gossip stuff, all the Drake stuff that's happening right now, man. Just kind of getting back to just conversations that keep get people talking. Like you can see in the comments. Thank y'all for leaving your comments and everything, and just kind of being a part of the conversation, man. Because that's what we want to continue to bring here on Daddy Hip Hop, and kind of get away from some of the more gossipy things and just the stuff that you obviously gonna get clicks on. You know what I mean? We got to get back to who we are and not worry about that type of stuff all the time. So glad we was able to have that conversation, and hope you guys are entertained by that. But at this point in time, hopefully FIFO come through, man. I don't know. It ain't looking too good, kid. But he might surprise us, man. We'll see. We'll keep hope alive or whatever. But until then, though, man, we at this part of the show, thank you guys for always sending in those super chats. Like I said, it's greatly appreciated, and it definitely helps support what we're doing over here at Daddy Hip Hop, man. But without further ado, man, we're gonna get into those super chats. Oh, and really quickly, if you're just tuning in, if you're new to this channel or to this show, if you want your voice to be heard, man, make sure you get here before 9:25, 9:30 in order to get your super chat in so we can read it off at this point in the show. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And at this point, I'm gonna hand it over to Ken to go through those said super chats.
All right, but first, Rob, you
Mhm.
know, the point that we were trying to make with Biz Markie as a comparison to Drake is that Biz Markie was never looked at as one of the best rappers in the game or one of the most popular rappers in the game. That was the point that Jalen was trying to get across to Spike, but you know, when Spike gets caught up, he don't let anybody else talk. So I think that we were trying to make a distinction between the two, and
Mm.
that was it. So that's why we rejected what Nick and Spike were trying to say. All right. So anyway, um, and I did reach out to Jalen, and he said he hasn't been to a club in a minute,
Mm.
but in a traditional sense, yeah, it's section culture, which is what they were saying in the chat, and too
Mhm.
cool to dance, which I guess is further validation for what he was saying
Well, that's been
in the
around for
post.
forever. That's
Yeah.
it's been waves of that. So that's not really anything different from when we were back outside. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You know. Yeah.
So anyway, let's get through these, man. Donald Van, if you're asking, does hip hop feel dead mainstream wise? I guess, but BTS K-pop is just rap in a different language and acceptable faces. So I say
Mm.
hip hop is not dead. She just got a new man.
Interesting. Interesting. I agree with that, man. Because like I told y'all on another live, like I find myself listening to BTS and K-pop because of my son, and Navy listens to some of that stuff too. And yeah, man, some of that stuff is definitely hip hop inspired. So I don't know if I'll go as far as saying that it is hip hop in a different form or shape. I think it is what it is, pop music. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened to pull from hip hop. So I don't know if that's I don't know if I could consider that hip hop personally.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
so to what Donald Van is saying, I do agree
Mhm.
with it along the lines of globally,
Mhm.
you're seeing hip hop kind of grow in different countries.
Mhm.
Um, because hip hop blew up and was so big, and it's almost like R&B. Remember, R&B was people over in Europe was making some of the best sounding R&B for a long time, and a lot of the singers went over there to get inspired. I think hip
Mhm.
hop is to a certain degree is doing the same thing. We're just not tapped into it and or paying attention to it because
Yeah.
it's in Asia or Korea, or I know
Right.
France has a scene. So other countries locally have local scenes, I guess, is what he's
Mhm.
saying, but just not American.
Yeah.
Um yeah, so Elijah MC Malik,
Mm.
Rod Rankum, Makami, J Elect, Malice, or Lucid.
Mm. Man, I think I think he has my order right there, honestly. And it's not it's just based on my personal favorites. Yeah, I think that's just based on my personal favorites. I may switch a Lucid with Malice. I like what Malice just did on the album, but I think a Lucid I probably like a little more at right now because yeah, I just like Armor Hammer. I like what they be doing over there at Hammer, but it could stay like that. But I might switch Elucid and Malice. But yeah, I like this order right here: Makami, J Elect, Malice, Elucid. I could keep it like that, but if I wanted to just one day put Elucid there, I could. But I don't think anything's wrong with that order. I think he ranked them as if how I would rank them: first, second, third,
Mm.
fourth. I think that's it right there.
Why and forever? Hip hop feels dead because we've stopped growing new stars. Jid, King, Tolliver, Vivio, Foreign, Roddy, both babies should be established names by now.
I feel
I
like.
think.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
No, I feel like both babies were established. I think they just had their time. And like you were saying, the baby, he's still kind of making noise out there. True, even little baby still was kind of making a little bit of noise. They're not. I don't think they will ever be as big as the Drakes and the Kendricks. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, some stars are just special, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were special, but I don't think they were that special. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they just wasn't gonna take that type of mantle. But I feel like they had some staying power. I feel like they absolutely did, for as the babies are concerned. Now the Jizz, the Kings, the Tollivers, the Roddies, Fivio, um, I've been saying I feel like Jid. I don't know what the deal is with Jid. I feel like he should have been bigger. I think Keem had a very good opportunity to be bigger, but I think he trying to drop the ball on that. Tolliver, I see his name, man. I see his name around. I still see Tolliver's name around. Like the Fivio Fiven guy, I see his name too. Roddy just kind of fell off. I'm not sure what happened with him, but yeah, he kind of fell off. But yeah, um, start growing new stars. But yeah, I do feel like they're still kind of there floating around though,
I
personally.
think if, in addition to all of in addition to Dolce, Sexy Red,
Hmm.
Glorilla, that's already popular. I think when it comes, I think they have the biggest opportunity. Jid King and Tolliver. Tolliver is already like he's out there. You
Hmm.
know, he has a name. I think I think somebody was telling it like he's doing numbers.
Hmm.
You know, it's just hasn't broken through the mainstream, which you know is fine for all intents and purposes. I don't know if they
Hmm.
ever make the big hits to the
Hmm.
point where the Kanye, the 50, the Dre, the
Hmm.
Kendrick, shit, the way they did, the Pac, the Biggie. Like I don't know if
Hmm.
they'll ever get there, but you know who knows. But I think they're the names that we all know.
Yeah.
They're the names that everybody brings up over and over again. So that says
Hmm.
something to me.
Yeah.
Elijah MC
Damn.
Malik, there you go. You're up next again, brother.
Dang. Let's see. I feel like Alchemist got to be first, man. His consistency in that run he had, man, it's just too good. So I'm gonna put Alchemist. Um, I really like Conductor, man. I really like Conductor, so I will put Conductor second. Um, it's no way I could put Dilla over Knife Wonder because I feel like it wouldn't be a Knife Wonder without Dilla. So I'm gonna put Alchemist, Conductor because those are just my favorite right now. And then Dilla and then Knife Wonder.
All right. Aziz, do you think we'll ever see a Drake level star again?
Drake level star again. I'm
Hmm.
not sure. I'm not sure. And just to answer some of these people, Conductor over Dilla and Knife Wonder. I know that sounded crazy, but it's just like I said. That just who I like now. I know B would be like, bruh.
I'm gonna tell
That's
him. I'm
just
gonna go to
like,
test it to him.
man. But just who I like right now, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, get back to this. I just want to put that out there. Drake level star again. I don't know, man. Drake was special, bro. As much as we criticize Drake, as much as he's been, kind of drug through the mud, drug himself through the mud, lost to Kendrick, all of that stuff. Drake has been around and survived like many eras, right? Like he's like LeBron almost in a way. Like he came up like in the blog era, was thrive through that, thrive through. I feel like he surpassed Wayne. Like, yeah, man, he's a mega star. He became like the biggest star in hip hop. He was the biggest star in hip hop, and I think it's just something to be said about that. I'm not sure if we get another Drake level star again. I just don't see it. I don't know who that person is. I don't know who that person is. Um, Drake was very vulnerable on those songs. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of things or whatever, but it's possible. You know, because I feel like Kanye was there, Jay was there, um, Kendrick's there. So yeah, it's possible, man. I just don't know who that is. I don't know who that is anytime soon, but it's possible.
Uh, yeah, I think I think so. I think every generation will have its star. I don't know who it is. I'm with you, but I think
Uh-huh.
we'll get another one. You
M
know, I
was
mean,
that's a
at one
good one. Somebody said M. M was one. Yep.
mm, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So it'll happen. Yeah. Ken, after watching the Michael movie, do you still choose Beat It / Human Nature as songs you would have to take off Thriller?
I cannot believe you said that, bro. That was on a. Is the mic still on episode?
Yeah.
Whew.
I think I walked one of those back. I can't remember which one it was.
It might have been human
But
nature because we were on you about human nature. We were on you about human
God,
nature.
shit, I don't know.
But
I'm
beat it
looking
is
at it now.
so.
Let's
But
see.
yeah, man, man. I don't know if those can go, man. Those can't go. I thought you were crazy when you said that. Dog, kid, it's so timeless, bro. Like Dom, my 6-year-old son sings that song like it just came out, bro. Like it's that timeless.
I think I'll still I Beat It will probably still be one of the ones.
Yeah, that is, man. I wish
Uh
Dom was here right now, just so you can hear him and see how excited he gets. But man, like, can you think about that for a second, man? Like, just think about he's 6 years old. But he sings it like it came out yesterday. It's
I know it's
crazy,
crazy,
man.
right?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man, Michael just gained a whole bunch of new fans. I be hearing that stuff around here too, bro.
And yeah, it was before the
Uh
Michael movie. Yeah, he's
yep.
been on it. Yeah, he's been on it.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah. But then,
Hmm.
it's tough. Thriller is undefeated. Like it's hard to pick one off of there. Like every single song goes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna hold the line. Better sophomore album. East 1999 or
Ooh.
Eternal or ATLians.
Oh man, that is whoa. Whoa. Oh man, that is tough. That is tough.
That is, and I think a lot of people
Jesus.
don't really know.
I think I'm gonna go with East 99, man. God, that album was that's such a good sophomore album. Cause
And I think
I like
mhm.
Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music. You know what I'm saying? I like that album. So it's like, ACLs was cool, but I still like their debut. But that East 1999 took them to a different level, bro. It took them to a whole, and I guess, real talk. It took Outkast to another level too. That's why this is so good. This is really good. That's a good job, Black Ross. That's a good job. But I think I'm still gonna go East 1999 though.
Right, I haven't listened to this album in so long, bro.
Go look at the track list, bro.
I am. I am. Bro, like,
Man, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good, bro. It's
oh
so good.
man, I think you might be. Oh man, you might be
Man, it's
right.
so
Here's the
good.
thing. I think a lot. I don't want to cast aspersions on our viewer base right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how many of them are familiar with the Bone Thugs and Harmony sophomore album.
Yeah.
And what you're saying may sounds crazy to them because Outkast is huge and popular and
Mm-hmm.
mainstream. And
Yeah.
when you look at this, it's like this would seem like it's the natural choice, but
Yeah.
that's why we're here, Rod. We're here to educate the people. So if you
but
guys have no
yeah,
idea, go listen to that album. Matter of
they
fact,
do,
Rod,
kid.
maybe we should probably do a breakdown for the pod, bro. I think it needs it.
Hey, I think it needs it
I think we
too.
need to give it the treatment. I think that's
Yeah.
what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're gonna do.
Look at Rob Costa, more murder, more murder. Bro, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, that bone, man. That bone is hard, bro. But yeah, people in here, man, they recognize. They recognize. I see it in here. They in here. Yeah, man.
Yep.
That bone, man.
I see we getting some thumbs ups and some votes for it, Rod. So we're gonna make
I
it
see
happen.
that. Yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta do
Yep,
something
we're
like
gonna
that
make
for
it
sure.
happen. Yep. We gotta put the people on. That's what we're
Cool.
here for. We the OGs, man.
Nah, for sure, man.
All right. That was good, bro. Like I might play that after we're done. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Josh Bros. Drake and Kendrick are the only guys who generate moments and passionate discussions in the mainstream. They should have worked together and never beefed.
Mm. They did work together.
They sure did.
They did work together.
A few times.
They got
Yep.
a few times. They did work together. You know, I don't know if that working together was as big as the beef though.
Right. No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
All right.
It wasn't. Not at all. Maybe they'll come back together like Jay-Z and Nas did.
I doubt it.
See.
I
That
doubt
would
it,
be a
man.
moment.
These dudes, I think they really hate one another, man, at this point. I think, especially with Drake, man. Drake is like, oh my God, he just does. I can't imagine him piecing it up with Kendrick. I just can't see it. I can't see it.
Yeah, he's too sensitive. And
Can't see
Iceman is straight heat. The boy is back. Josh Bros is the Drake fan, right? If I remember correctly.
I don't remember, but it's so funny seeing people say Iceman is straight heat when it's called Iceman. Like I keep seeing the fire emojis and all that with it. It just seems it's so funny to me when I see it. It seems like such an oxymoron. But
the production is I can't. The production, he got some good production on there. It's just
man,
the rhymes. It's just the rhymes, man. I think. Never mind. I ain't gonna get into this. Moving on. I'm glad you enjoyed the album, bro. Reese and Simmons. Recently, I've been watching a YouTube series called "Ripping It Together" with Kanye, where they open packs of sports cards, even soccer. I recently started opening soccer cards myself.
I never collected soccer cards.
I didn't know collect soccer cards were a thing.
Yeah, I had no clue.
Interesting. I'll check that out because I put on a soccer because my youngest plays soccer. Actually, I signed him up for a soccer camp. And I really don't know the game like that. And all I know is what I've watched them play. And I put on a soccer game on Apple TV. They have it. And apparently that's not like good or great soccer. It's like the G League of soccer, somebody said. But I saw the game from a different perspective. I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is how it should be played. So, and I got really, really, really interested. Well, that's too many reallys. I got interested in what the sport is to the point where I said, okay, I got to go to a game. So, so yeah, but we'll see how that goes. But that's interesting. I'll see. I'll check out the series. Elijah, have y'all listened to 5786 AM by Makami yet?
Yes, I believe so.
I can't say I have not.
Hold on a second.
I have not.
I feel like I did. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not lying to the people because I feel like I did. Hold on 1 second. Did I listen to this joint? Yeah, maybe I didn't. Damn. Yeah, maybe I didn't. I don't think I have. I don't see 57 because I'm about to now. If I have it, that's why I'm
Yeah,
trying.
yeah,
That's
you
why I'm
just put
typing
me
it
on. I'm
in.
about to get onto that too.
Where is it at? 57 what? 57 what?
It
What
must be
was it?
something he put on his site.
Let me see again. 57 something
Hold
AM.
on.
My bad.
Yeah, hold on, where to go?
It's
What
all
is
good. I
it
can
called?
find it. I'll find
Okay.
it. Yeah, I'll find it.
All right. Where are we? Oh, yeah. What's your favorite Heart song from Kendrick? Mine is still Heart Part 4, Bruh Snap. I think mine is Part 2.
I don't remember which one I picked, but I feel like it might have been 4.
I think
But we did a video on it. I just don't remember which one I picked. Yeah, it might have been 4 though.
yeah.
4 sounds like the one I picked. I would have to go back and see.
Yeah, I'm Part 2, bro. That's over the van. Yeah, that's Part 2, bro. That's my
Mm,
joint. Yeah, he snapped on that shit. But for 4 is good.
mm,
LOL, Lolo Downing. That one's good too. But yeah, that's man. Yeah, we did do a video on that. As a matter, he
mm-hmm,
making me want to go listen to Part 2 again. I was
mm,
in love with that song, man. That's on
mm,
the second album too, I think, or the not the second album, the Overly Dedicated album, I
mm.
believe. Um, is it officially or is it? At least it's in my Apple iTunes that way. But man, man, that's the type of content we need. It's the type of
Right.
content we need. But Kendra has a job to do and he
Mm-hmm.
does it well.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it. Aziz, is K Dot hypocritical for anti-PDF bars since he still champions Dr. Dre, who's been notably involved with 16-year-olds? Should he have gone a different route in retrospect? He's probably
Mm,
talking about Michelet, I
I
think.
guess I don't know. I didn't know he was under scrutiny for that. But I remember that. Yeah, you know what? Yes, I did. I do know about the some of the video stuff and all that, like the video girls and all that stuff back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, he was
Yeah.
22, she was
Hmm.
17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, you can look at it that way. I mean, Dr. Dre is also has a history of abuse as well.
Hmm.
That's heavily documented, and
Hmm.
I think he's finally or he came around apologizing for it.
Hmm.
Um, but in a beef, this was the angle that he went that
That's what I was
worked.
gonna say. Yeah. So I don't know if it's a hypocritical thing. You know, I don't think he I don't think he champions Dr. Dre per se or whatever. And who's to say that he's not critical of that either? But you know what I'm saying? Like you said, he went, this is what he used in the beef or whatever. So that's why I guess that's why he said, should he have gone a different route in retrospect? No, it worked. The A minor line worked. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
don't
The
want
other
to
stuff,
bring this up as this.
right? Like, what was like, it worked, man. It worked. So yeah,
Yeah,
nah. I
fair
don't think this is a
question, but
hypocritical.
yeah, nobody's bringing up.
Yeah,
Nobody like I don't even see
nah.
like maybe you gave Drake maybe Drake gonna put it in the bar now because you know if it's still in stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but Rob Costa, top of the evening, everyone. Which driving music mute do you prefer? Volume up with the sun shining, or cruising when the sun goes down?
Both. I like both. Especially back in the day. Man, I used to blast my music like just rolling through somewhere, like especially playing some new shit, Ken. There ain't nobody really
Mm-hmm.
playing, and then especially if it's bumping. Like, yeah, man, that was definitely a time for me. But I think these days I'm definitely more so a cruising when the sun goes down person. But there was a point in time where I did like to really turn up my music and blast it. Like for instance, like I did it recently with the Isaiah Rashad, same shit. Like I was blasting that shit. I was bumping that. I was bumping that with the windows down, sun out, or whatever. But I think if I had to pick one that I do the most, it's probably the cruising when the sun goes down one.
That is, man, it's funny. So I think both has their place. The preference for me, I think I have a lot of memories to when the sun goes down, because you know, it's especially if it's the summer, it's cooler than you know the daytime. But you know, but in the daytime you can definitely like. So back in the day, it would be a lot of like hip hop and stuff. Like during the daytime, you know, you're going through certain hoods and just riding through the streets or whatever. And like you said, bumping shit that people don't have. If I'm going to the club, the window's definitely down. Going to the club, playing some shit nobody has. But then what I loved about nighttime, bro, I would put the windows down at nighttime, especially if it's like or something. And I have like Ozzy Brothers playing, bro. That shit sounds so good at night.
Yeah, for sure.
There's less like the air isn't as thick because of the heat. So that shit just it sounds so clear.
It permeates through there.
Yeah, man. Hey, cruising, that's different. That's a good feeling. Yeah. I just did it. I just talked about it on the review we just did on the podcast. Y'all check that out. It'll be up soon, probably either tomorrow or Friday for patrons. And Simmons assignments. Are you guys doing a review for Kenny Mason's new album?
I almost pressed play on that one too. We just did a podcast where we talked about 3 albums that we did. So make sure you tune in to the podcast, and also those will probably be dropped on the channel as well and Patreon. But yeah, Kenny Mason was one I almost got a chance. I almost clicked on, but I didn't get a chance to click on it. Have you listened to it, Ken?
I have not, but I'm hearing good things. To answer the question, yes. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. But yeah,
he was one that should have broke out too, man. He was one that should have broke out too.
Yep. Okay, so I was gonna say something else, but I'll say because Rob got another question that's related to it. Is the sentiment around Drake changing, or is it actually manufactured and tricking people?
Man, I think it's a little bit of both, man. I think there are a lot of Drake fans out there that are happy about the music that has been released and didn't really care about, you know, what this beef did. So I do think, you know, there is some people that's genuinely liking the music, but I do think some of this shit is manufactured and tricking people. I think you were onto something with the beats, man. Beats are just, they'll definitely trick you. They'll definitely trick you. I saw one thing. You saw one of the lyrics where they put his lyrics behind Hickory Dickory Dock. That shit was hilarious, bro. I was just like, yo, the beats are so good. The beats are actually really good. I probably should have gave that a higher grade. I probably should have gave the beats an A instead of a B plus, because the beats are really good. Did you hear the Kendrick one? The Kendrick Iceman mashup? Man, that shit's nice too. The Kendrick Iceman mashup is really nice. I was like, man, that's a really good mashup. So yeah, man. Yeah, the beats are nice. So I think
you're right, Rod. It is both. And there's this thing that happens in society. And it's I forgot what they call it, like the term, but I know the word is called groupthink. But I forgot like the concept of theory behind it. But this actually happened with 808 and Heartbreaks too, by the way. But there's what's happening with this is that we saw it happening in real time. We had conversations about it. People did not want to be on the wrong side of a trade. And they were afraid that the album would be good, so they started to change their tune. And so they can and I think Ack even said it. People are switching up, bro. People started switching up early, just in case this came out and it was great. And I think from a production standpoint, the production good. I think people are saying is his best album. The reference is Views, and they're going back to Views. And I think that the manufacturing, which has been verified, by the way, there are paid campaigns, is influencing people to think differently about how they feel about this album, because societally everybody is excited and happy about this album. Very few people are holding the line, and so that's what I think. I think that the sentiment changed. It just happened to Nick. Nick was a victim this weekend because his boy, who's a Drake fan, was spending the whole weekend playing the album, and because he was listening to it the whole weekend, he got caught up. So he's like, man, yeah, it is. Now for him, it's actually good. And I'm like, yeah, because you got exposed to it. So you got irradiated by Drake beats, and now you switching up. But yeah, now the way we can measure this is sustainability. How long will this last? So week 2, he's holding on. We'll see. Will there really be soundtracks for the summer? I don't know. But I think you're right. I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's more manufactured. And I think the manufacturing is leading to the change in sentiment, because Drake fans can take a victory lap right now. And it's kind of very similar to when everybody jumped on Kendra's bandwagon, bro. Everybody want to be on the winning team. And right now it seems like Drake winning and people want to be on that team.
Yeah.
But they'll be back. They'll be back. Because they'll be back. People jumped off the Drake bandwagon because of Kendrick, and now they want to jump back. Man, they're just fake, bro. Athelius, after the 50 doc, at this point, can we say Diddy had Pac killed? People acted like he was paranoid for saying Bad Boy set him up, but it really made sense when you look at it.
I don't know. I hadn't watched it. I still haven't watched the 50 Cent documentary.
Okay. Well,
I did. So I can't really speak on it.
I got you. Yes, I think so. And that 50 dot paints a real clear picture about yeah, man. Yeah, like it makes a real case for how Diddy could have been involved directly or indirectly with what happened with Pac.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like if you get around to watching it and you see it, bro, you're gonna be like, Jesus, because we lived through it and we watched a lot of this stuff, and we had our suspicions about this, that, and the other.
We had our suspicions about him and Big. It was like, well, damn, did he kill off Big too? Because the way he got popular after Big's death.
Oh wow, right? So having them lay it out in a timeline the way they did, and living through it, you were like, yo, like it's nuts.
Interesting.
Rob Costa, thoughts on Vince Staples' Blackberry Marmalade?
I haven't heard it yet. Yeah, I haven't heard it yet. That's a single, that's a single, right?
Yeah. He has 2 out. He has this one and White Flag, I think.
I saw like a clip. I saw a clip of the White Flag one.
But I haven't listened to that one. But we're reviewing Vince Staples when he dropped.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, now it's gonna happen.
Without a doubt.
We'll give you our thoughts on that. But I'm gonna listen to it, Rob, and I'll report back to you either next Wednesday, or I may catch you on we're doing Is the Mic Still On live. Maybe I'll say something then if I listen to it by the end. But I got you, bro. Y'all ever consider doing video essays either on Main or Patreon? I think it would be cool for y'all to do deep dive essays on topics y'all care about.
Absolutely. I like that idea.
I do too. I actually, when Bloodbath was around, because I love these video essays, and I talked to him about doing them because he was a writer, and seeing if
Mm-hmm.
he could put something there to write something together. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if they're as strong or as popular as they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I really love like the way people put them together. It's just the thing that held it back for me is just producing it, like all the B-roll and all the other stuff. Like it definitely will become a pain in the ass. It would take time to put something together.
Mm-hmm.
But for Patreon, absolutely, I think that would be really really dope to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I've always wanted to do. It's just
Mm-hmm.
putting time aside to do it and figure out how to
Yeah.
do it. But I'm game for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm
like a
game
really
for it.
good paid product.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kel Green 26 rapper Trim viral on TikTok in a recent Rowling Loud set says rappers above 40 should retire so that young rappers can shine. Do
Mm.
y'all agree?
No.
Hmm. That's
Mm-mm.
kind of a what?
That's crazy.
That's
Should
stupid.
retire so that younger rappers can shine. Well, younger rappers do be shining. That's more of a demo thing. Like that, like younger people gonna listen to younger rappers. Like they're not gonna listen to the older rappers. Like certain demo is just not gonna listen to like older people. So yeah, old 40 shouldn't have to retire just for young rappers to shine. Like no, that's silly.
I think that is a crazy thing to say because and look, I can simplify this. What young teenage kid want to listen to an old head? Most of the
Mhm,
time they don't.
mhm,
So it most of the time it's gonna be guys like you said in that demo that's gonna be listening to the
mhm.
40-year-old rapper. The
Yeah.
only young people listen to rappers that's 40 something. Well, I mean, this kind of ties into the conversation Ninth Wonder was having on Twitter, where they're starting to kind of blend together. So if you're talking about Kendrick and Drake and Cole being in their
Mhm,
prime, maybe
mhm.
they are interfering with young rappers, but for the most part, at some
Yeah.
point, the young will be like, I ain't listen to that old head shit.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't listen to that, even if it is Drake.
Right,
You know
because
what I'm
NBA
saying?
YoungBoy, yeah, exactly. Because NBA YoungBoy was able to strive within all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like his name got popping. He was the shows he was doing and all that. So yeah, I think the younger folks gonna support the younger first. That's always gonna be happen.
Yeah, that's why I think this is a crazy thing to say. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's always gonna happen. Yeah.
Do you see labels becoming obsolete anytime soon? Hmm.
I thought it was gonna happen when streaming came. I thought it was gonna happen when streaming came and Mac Miller was able to garner that much success doing it. But I feel like labels have found ways to make themselves still a part of the discussion. And I feel like they always kind of will, unfortunately, some way, somehow, find a way to dip their hands in the pot. Like I just feel like they're just gonna continue. Like it's too big of a business. They're gonna move the goalposts. Cause we just saw them move the goalposts with streaming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we saw them move the goalposts with streaming. We saw them move the goalposts in so many different ways. They always do. Like it might start off like they kind of are feeling like looking like they're gonna get left behind, but then they find a way to incorporate themselves more again. Because it's the money. They
Yeah.
just have too much money.
Yeah, and because they can issue these paid campaigns as well to pay
Hmm.
streamers and influencers and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I think they're in
Yep.
danger of becoming obsolete, but I think it's going to be
Hmm.
hard to get rid of labels because certain artists will need them for
Hmm.
certain business uh, parts of the game that they don't
Yeah.
want to do or have to do. I think I saw an interview where Ti said he never really appreciated the label until he went independent and started doing stuff for himself, and he had to do everything himself. And he was
Hmm.
like, "Yo, this is what y'all did." Like, I had no idea that y'all had
Hmm.
to do all this stuff. So there are gonna be artists that don't even want to deal with that shit.
Hmm.
And but I think if Yeah, because Prince has been telling people to do this for years, and they still
Mm-hmm.
haven't done it. Hip hop is the
Yeah.
easiest, uh, what I think one of the easiest genres to where labels can be obsolete for them, because
Uh-huh.
especially now with niche markets,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't really need labels. But
Right.
yeah, I think they are in danger of becoming
Mm-hmm.
extinct because they don't know how to properly define and develop artists. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple more. Lolo Downing. Y'all ever done a versus between songs that use the sample, like Throw Some D's by Rich Boys versus 30 by 30?
Mm,
I says I think that would be dope. I don't know what
that
he's
would
talking
be
about.
dope. Nah, so you know how artists like they use the same sample and you like who sampled it better? So a versus like that would be cool. Like that both of those songs have that Throw Some D sample in it. Sorry, I had to mute real quick. Dom just ran through the house. But they both have that Throw Some D sample in it. So just pitting those two songs against each other in a verse is like, okay, which one used the sample better? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Who did it
Yeah,
better,
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah. Who did it better? Yeah, I think that would be fun, actually.
That would be fun. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
I like
I like
that.
that.
Maybe we get our Friday back. That can be something they do.
Hmm.
Shabino, would you guys say the genre has gone underground again? Also, how do you differentiate artist and rapper without it sounding or being racist? I don't understand the second part. Thank you for being a member. In terms of the genre gone underground, yes, we are in an underground world right now by default because mainstream is still trying to figure some stuff out, if it ever figured things out. And I also think that it's funny when they released that Scary Hours with Conductor, right? We were wondering if Drake was going to try to move towards this sort of sound that was popular. And I think
Hmm.
we kind of said he would. I think it's
Hmm.
no coincidence that the Make Them Pays follow that. And I think that that could be him preparing his fan base for a change to that. Um, or it could just be his revenge songs. But I thought those particular beat selections were interesting. Um, but he could easily adopt the underground model if he goes
Hmm.
independent. Going back to the label discussion we had, but yeah, we're everything is underground right now. That is the underground is the mainstream.
Hmm. Gotcha.
I don't know about the second one. I don't know what I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
get
know.
that
Yeah,
one.
I don't. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was trying to understand that.
Unless
How do you
rapper has a
differentiate?
negative connotation to it or being black. I don't know, Shabino, if you can expound on that a little bit more. And
Yeah,
then,
I don't know that. Yeah, that
oh, I think
was.
he's saying that using Polterghost is saying using rapper is a way to downplay the
Mm,
art.
I feel like we had this
Okay,
conversation before too.
we have.
Yeah. Hmm.
I got you.
Yeah.
I don't. I get the sentiment behind that. I think though that I don't know if that's still a thing, and maybe I'm just out
Hmm.
of touch. If I am, then
Yeah.
correct me. But it's all the same to me, honestly. I think you're fine using one or the other because that's what they are.
Hmm.
They're a rapper, and a singer is a singer. you know.
He
So,
said he
but
asked the
I
second
get.
part.
Go ahead.
He said he asked the second part because of how people consume hip hop and view rappers as a different generalization than artists.
Now it makes a lot of sense. That
Hmm.
was yeah, that was definitely how they used to do the art form back in the day where they used to say it's not a serious art form.
Hmm.
And they don't want to take it serious. And but what
Hmm.
happens is that what happens with anything is it became very profitable.
Hmm.
Um and like Thumper saying, you have people saying I'm not a rapper, I'm an artist because they wanted to be taken seriously.
Hmm.
So I do get that as well. I think because I've just always been in it, it's just
Hmm.
always been a rapper to me. But I also understand why some art rappers themselves would take issue to it because they view themselves as artists, which they are. So yeah.
Yeah.
And he said it's also coming from back when the 7 levels rap was still a thing. Do play did this good artist, made rapper, and etc. Okay. All right. Interesting. Just about 2 more. Bloodbath, J Burritos, every low bit member, and Sunny are all in a cipher. Who dropping the best verse? Who dropping the worst verse? Nemo is dropping the worst verse.
Damn. I thought Nemo was a rapper. Oh, I thought they did a different type of
He
rap.
is a rapper, but I think I think he might drop the no. Well, damn.
I honestly
right,
think
bro.
Low Mid may be probably the best, honestly, because they actually
I think
rap.
you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I
yeah,
take that back.
yeah. So I think it's them. I've never heard Isaiah rap. I don't know.
So we just got to pick the worst.
I'm putting Bloodbath last. I just don't see him as a rapper. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see him. Oh, you know what? Isaiah did make music once upon a time. I forgot about that. So he actually might be first. I forgot he started off making music. It's gonna be between him and Low Mid for number 1. Bloodbath last, and I'll put J Burritos before them. So I don't remember. I don't think I've ever listened to Isaiah's music before because I forgot that he made music.
Yeah, me either.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think and I'm looking at Bloodbath of J Burritos as the worst. I don't even want to do Bloodbath like that. I'm gonna pick what's the guy from Low Mid? Not
Huey?
Nemo.
Huey?
Not Huey, the other one.
Jalen?
Yeah. I
forgot.
Raheem, yep. Ramil.
Yeah. Ramil,
I think he may be the worst. I think he can be the worst.
Okay.
And in terms of super chats, that's it. We are done. Just a couple of comments that I saw that one. Podigos, I need all the drama you're talking about with these K groups. I need to know. So you got to hit me up and let me know what's going on, or point me in the right direction because I need to see what you're talking about.
This is crazy.
I am so interested in it. And 313 Money, I'm down. I just saw he put out a new album, so we're trying to bring the reviews back, y'all. So I think this would be interesting because I want to hear what Ra has to say about these. And remember, who was on the show that spoke highly of these? Was it Marv?
I don't know, man. I can't. I don't remember.
Marv, bro.
Interesting. Okay. Where's he? He from Detroit?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it may have been Marv.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
But yeah, we'll see if we can get that going. It may be like discussion like in the podcast format, but yeah, Public Enemy said it's either Marv or Bruiser Wolf. It may be Bruiser Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it may be Bruiser Wolf. But anyway, yeah. Okay. So, yep, that's it, man. We're all done.
All right, cool. All right, man. Thank y'all, man, as always, for tuning to Dead End Hip Hop Live, man. Like I said, we do these pretty much every Wednesday, man, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. So if you want your voice to be heard, make sure you get here early. We usually cut those super chats off around 9:25 or so. So yeah, if you get in early, you can get your super chat in and be heard. Also, if you're a member, you can also be heard that way as well. But as always, man, thank you guys, man. Like I hope this was entertaining for you guys to talk some hip hop stuff. And yeah, really appreciate y'all for holding strong with us and sticking around, man. But until next time, sorry we didn't get FIFA on. I thought he was gonna come through, but he did send us a text saying that some other stuff came up. So he unfortunately couldn't make it, but know that he's still thinking about you guys. So until next time, man, we'll see you. Peace.
Peace.